Before really I got into fishing, I went pretty hardcore into a hobby that a lot of y'all probably don't know about, and that hobby is actually knife throwing. And I actually used to make videos about that before any fishing videos. I was pretty serious about that sport. I actually practiced probably every day for minimum of like 2 hours for a solid 2 years actually. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, and lately I haven't thrown at all. It's probably been a year since I picked up a knife. So today, since I couldn't go fishing, I thought it would be a great time to actually get out here, throw some knives, and make a video about it and show y'all what I used to do. Alright, so first I'm going to show y'all the knives that we're going to be throwing today. Before we start, I'm going to explain it right now. There's two different ways of throwing a knife, and the first one is, as everyone knows, is where the knife spins like this and it goes into the target. Second way, which is the way I throw knives, is it's called no spin or combat knife throwing, and you're going to throw the knife and basically it's going to take a quarter turn and hit the target like this. So it's basically no spin or quarter turn knife throwing. The farthest I've thrown a knife no spin, so when it's going straight, I think is about 50 feet. The farthest I've thrown these is 65 feet. So a lot of people refer to it as combat knife throwing because you don't actually need to know your distance from the target. So that's what I do. It's my favorite way of throwing. I don't actually have to go out and measure how far I am. It's all instinct. So yeah, so here, these are the main knives that I throw. They're super simple, not exactly what you would envision a throwing knife to look like. But the reason it is so plain is so I can grip the knife and release it the way I need to make the knife not spin. And all you really need on a throwing knife is a good point. So these are, I think, a little bit handle heavy, which is what most no-spin knife throwers like. Me personally, I don't really care. A balance point at the center of the knife is fine for me. So these are like my go-to set. Other kinds of knives you can throw are actually just spikes. These are called bow shuriken. I wrap the handles on there. It's the same concept. I throw these no-spin, and it's just another tool you can throw. We even have these super short. I think this is like 8.5 inches, and actually has a hole in the bottom to make the balance point up towards the front. And these are fun to throw once you figure them out. So that's that. The next knife, I actually designed this knife. It was made in a super small batch, so there's not many out there. Flying Steel, a company, super good company, makes knives, made it for me, and they actually sold some more. And I made like $50 off of these guys, which I then invested back into throwing knives. So that's a knife I made. I like it. It throws good. I just don't have three. So this knife, I made this one. The paint job is really bad on it because I just used some really bad spray paint, but it works. I actually used to make knives and sell them on eBay, so I've made a few throwing knives myself. That's about it. Actually, we have a tomahawk here that I'm gonna throw. I'm not too good at throwing tomahawks, but I can do it. There's a lot of people that are better than me at that. So anyways, let's get to throwing. All right, I'm gonna warm up with these right here. What you're about to see is gonna be my first throws in over a year, so we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna throw it at the target I just made. It was my old target. I just replaced these two center beams right here. Let's see if we can still throw. All right, here's the first throw. I would say about 10 feet. Yeah, it's all right. It's definitely not as natural of a feeling as it used to be. And look, we already split the wood. All right, we backed up a tad. So about 12 feet, I'm guessing. definitely not an accurate grouping, but you know, honestly, in knife throwing, you actually don't want a good group, because these knives right here are pretty high dollar, and if you're throwing at the same target, then your knives are going to start clanking together and you'll get a lot of chips. I don't know if y'all can see that, but and the tip on one of these knives actually hit the end of another and flattened out. So you really don't want tight groups unless you really don't care about your knife. But personally, I don't want too tight of a group. I'm actually throwing a lot better than I anticipated I would. I haven't practiced at all before I've filmed these shots, so probably jinxing myself right now, but whew, see right there, I actually hit the other knife. Wasn't too bad, but this gives you an idea of what could happen. This is called a no reload throw. So where basically you get two knives, put them in your hand and throw one, and then throw the next right after. This is my grip. This knife is going out first, and then the second right after. So we're back here at about 20 feet, and I think this is the max limit for competition knife throwing, no spin style. So this is what I can do at 20 feet. Keep in mind, I have not thrown in a really long time, so my throws are not going to be accurate. They'll get there and they'll sit good, but they won't be as accurate as they could be or used to be. Actually, that was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That is the tomahawk. It's a pretty cool thing to throw, and I'm sure a lot of people would be more interested in throwing this than an actual knife. That's 3. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Oh, stick. Oh yeah. That's the shot right there. This guy's a little bit trickier to throw, but once you get it down, you can throw it actually pretty far. That's the grip right there. And essentially you just want to let it slide out. And it's a combination of a lot of mechanics. I'm not going to tell y'all right now. There's plenty of videos to show y'all exactly what you do. That's the shot right there. There we go. And the thing about no spin knife throwing is if you do get a stick like this, if you're experienced, you're gonna be able to adjust and get a perfect one the next throw. All right, so those were 2 perfect sticks right there. Perfectly horizontal with the ground, and they were pretty good grouping.